Hey guys, Chad Tracy back here with another video. I had 18 and a half years in before I was terminated by two officers that lied. I said I threatened them and called them a pussy and a faggot. I've been fighting for my job for about 6.5 years now. I probably would have been retired this upcoming October. And this is where we're at right now, fighting for my pension. So here we are. We are back. It's been a while, guys. I apologize. Been super busy, super hot. And we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about fights in DOC, New Jersey DOC. I know that one of the participants in a fight, it happened at Trenton many years ago. That was one of the reasons. That was the guy with the in the first guy. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. The first guy got run out of Trenton. He got beat up, from my understanding, by an officer, and that's why he transferred. He transferred to, I believe it was not Garden State. It was Mid-State, and then they shut down. They transferred down to Wagner, and that's where he was when he retired, before he lied on me. Now he's retired. But yeah, he got run out of Trenton. He got beat up pretty bad, from my understanding, and nothing was ever said. They pretty much went on about their business, or they made a deal. Something happened. Not too sure. But just, let you know that stuff does happen in DOC, whether it goes, on deaf ears or what have you, or you're part of a good old boys club, or, you're cool with certain people. That just goes to show you that things just doesn't, they don't get reported, or if they do, it just, it gets put to the side. But with other people, they get terminated and fired for dumb shit, stupid shit, for he said, she said, and all that. So then with the second guy that was involved with my termination, there was a incident that happened at Wagner a couple years prior to it shutting down, between two officers. One of the officers was at CC4. The other officer was up on Baker Wing. Supposedly the guy on CC4 was getting cocky with the guy up on Baker Wing. He came down. They talked a little shit to each other. Talked to both. They kind of went at both of them. The one guy hit the other one. The other guy had a bloody nose. And we're talking about the Good Old Boys Club. Although none of those two individuals were part of the Good Old Boys Club, but the two individuals that did help, that were part of the Good Old Boys Club, actually got the guy at CC4 that had the bloody nose out. They called ops, took care of everything. He went home sick, but his nose, everything was a bloodbath. Whole uniform was bleeding, the whole 9 yards. So they got him out of the storeroom back at CC4 and back through the gate, the receiving gate, and he had went home. During the incident, though, the one guy that lied in my incident actually threw punches, landed on the, it was between a white and a black male, white male, black male, and the other guy was involved in my incident, threw punches at the black male, and that was confirmed through the black male. He's not gonna lie about it. He's seen it, he felt it, he knows. But it was talked about, just left alone. And just goes to show you guys that, it's about who you know and how things get, put to sleep. So that guy that was involved in my case actually threw punches. And pretty much everything was let go, put to the side. And it was kind of, hush hush, and never really talked about it again. So he was able to throw punches, get it off on another officer, which isn't cool. You're there if they're gonna get in fights, you break it up and keep it to yourself and move on. But in my case, he said I threatened him and called him a pussy and a faggot, and then he reports it. But he doesn't report, I guess, that incident when there's blood and he throws punches and everything else. So it just goes to show you guys, he definitely had a vested interest in getting me terminated on lies and all that. What else? I want to talk about something else. Oh yeah, during the second incident with the second person that I'm talking about, he actually tried to get into the FOP union, and he was denied by a certain delegate. The delegate wouldn't allow it because just how he acted as a whole. We're talking about the second guy in my lawsuit, if you will. Not lawsuit, but appeals, whatever you want to call it. And that guy that was involved with the second incident actually threatened the FOP delegate and called he's a pussy, he's a faggot, you're a fucking asshole, excuse my French. So he was going on and on and on, threatening he's going to beat him up and so on and so forth. DOC, I hope you're watching, because this is one of the incidents that just goes to show you what kind of person that you're defending, and what he truly is. And also, during the in-house, so let me back up. So that guy that was the FOP delegate is actually willing to come forward, write a special, do everything. Although he didn't report it at the time like he probably should have. I think it's been over a year, so I guess he could have done it up to a year. But he never did. He kind of moved on. But he's willing to come forward and tell his piece, speak his piece, and go under oath and tell everything that happened that particular day and how he was confronted and how aggressive that second person was that got me terminated. It was funny because myself and my attorney were talking yesterday, and so I explained to him the whole incident. He's like, "Are you serious? He actually did that?" And I told him about another incident when he was throwing punches. He's like, he presented himself like he was the biggest, innocentest, if that is a word, excuse me. And he did nothing wrong when he was on the stand. Like he that's how he presented himself. Like he was so cool, calm, and he never did anything wrong, always followed everything, and he was quiet as a church mouse in there. But the guys that know him, I'm sure, I know you guys would speak up and say how much of an a-hole he is and how he carries himself and the whole 9 yards. And I'm not sitting there knocking him. Hey, he got it off. It is what it is. God bless him. He's got to deal with that, right, guys? There's a higher person here than us that he's gonna have to answer to eventually. But yeah, he did get that off, and my attorney was actually impressed by his acting skills and how he presented himself. After I presented him with all these facts, he was like, "Wow, definitely had me fooled." But yeah, he had the judge fooled too. But it just goes to show you, it is what it is. So there was a fight recently, and I'm not sure if it was at Trenton or if it was at Garden State, between two officers. Hey Chewy, there's something for you to look into. Make sure you look into that. See if you find anything. How those cameras working up in the front. Are they doing good? And also, we'll be getting into other things. I'm still waiting for the results from our great SID, Internal Affairs of New Jersey DOC. You will be receiving something else shortly, because there was a person that violated the social media policy, And we're going to see what you guys do about that now. So my attorney will be reaching out to you with the first incident shortly, if he hasn't already. So maybe you can give him an answer, since I reach out to the individual once with a phone call, second with a text message, just to verify everything. And I still haven't received a call back yet. It's now Tuesday or Monday. Damn, what day is it? I don't even remember. Tuesday. No, wait. Today's Monday. Wait, no. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So, yeah, let's see where that's going to go. So we're going to give you something else for you guys to investigate and see if you can follow, because I already know where it violates it, but I want to see if you guys are going to see where it violates it. I guess I'm going to have to get, I don't know, Department of Justice in here to investigate your guys' stuff, because you guys obviously probably can't do the job correctly. So we'll see what happens after that. All right, guys. Chad Tracy, 19 and a half years in, terminated after two guys lied, falsified. They said that I called them allegedly a pussy and a faggot and threatened to beat them up. Still fighting for my job almost 7 years later. Fighting for my pension, my integrity, my livelihood. I hope this never ever happens to you guys. But DOC, I'm available. If you need an officer advocate, just like you hired a inmate advocate, I'm available for 120 grand a year plus benefits. You can always use medical. So if you want to hire me, I'm available. And here we go. Have a good night, guys. Be safe. Be safe in there. And that goes throughout the whole state. Listen, you got to look out for the people, even though you don't like some certain people. Still try to look out for them. I know it's hard at times, but you got to do what you got to do. Hopefully they'll do the same for you guys. And I wish you guys all the best. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. See you next time.